Low back pain is the #1 injury that keeps amateur and professional golfers away from the game that they love. In this video, we're going to go over some of the best exercises to help strengthen your low back to make sure you don't miss any time out on the course. The first exercise we're going to go through is a deadlift. We're going to be up close to the barbell, almost so that our shins are touching it. You want to have your feet about hip width apart. A majority of the weight should be in your heels, so throughout the drill you should be able to wiggle your toes. Our shoulders should be slightly in front of the barbell, relatively neutral spine, and we're just going to push through the floor by straightening our knees first. And then once we're at about our knees, we're going to bring our hips forward, squeezing our glutes. And then we're just going to reverse the motion backwards. So we're going to push our hips back, hinging through our hips, letting that barbell ride down our thighs. Once we get just past the knees, then we can start to lower it down by bending our knees, let the barbell touch, and then stand back up and repeat the process. If you don't have a barbell to perform the deadlift, your next best option is a pair of dumbbells or kettlebells or just everyday objects. Same setup. Our feet are about hip width apart. We're going to hinge through our hips first. Once our hands and the weights get back to our knees, we're going to go ahead and bend the knees. We want the heads of the dumbbells to touch the ground, standing back up by straightening our knees, and then bringing our hips forward. Another great low back exercise is going to be a bent over row. We're going to go down into that hinge position, and we're going to maintain that position. So we're loading our backside, loading our hamstrings, loading our glutes, and maintaining a neutral spine, which is going to help with the low back. From this position, we're going to go ahead and pick up that barbell, take it up off the ground, and now we're just going to pull back towards our hips and our belly button, squeezing our lats right behind our armpits, and then lowering down slowly. Again, if you don't have access to a barbell, another great option for the row is a bent over row using dumbbells or kettlebells. From here, we're going to hinge through our hips, pushing our butt back, kind of loading that backside. Our arms are hanging down in front of us, and then we're going to row back, pulling the weights towards our hips and our pockets, squeezing that muscle right behind our armpit, letting them back down slowly, and then returning. As we're going through, if you have any questions or comments or want other variations of these drills or any kind of other things that you can do for your low back, make sure you put them down below in the comments. And if you're finding value in this video, make sure you hit that like button down below. And if you want more videos just like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. Both of those actions really help me and the channel out, and I really appreciate it. The next exercise we're going to do is another variation of a deadlift. What we're going to do is a Romanian deadlift. This exercise is going to start from the top position off of the ground. So from here, we're going to have a slight bend in our knees, and we're not going to change that angle now throughout the drill. So everything now comes through our hips. So we're going to push our butt back, hinging through the hips, maintaining a neutral spine, keeping our shoulders active, pulling that up and close to our body, letting that barbell ride down the thighs. And then once it gets past the shins, we still just keep going, trying to maintain that neutral spine. And you're only going to go down as far as you start to feel that stretch in the backs of your thighs or your hamstrings. For the dumbbell version of an RDL, very similar setup. We're going to start with the dumbbells pretty much now right in front of our thighs. Feet are about hip width apart. Most of the weight is in the heels. Same concepts apply as with the barbell. We're going to go ahead, hinge through the hips, slight knee bend in the knees, that doesn't change. Nice neutral spine, going down, keeping those dumbbells close to our body throughout the drill, feeling that stretch in our hamstring at the bottom, and then using those glutes to stand back up. This next exercise, we're going to target and isolate the low back muscles. What we're going to be doing is a Superman. We're going to lie down on our stomach, and we're going to lift our hands up overhead, and we're going to lift our head and our chest up off of the ground while also lifting both legs up off of the ground. When performing this drill, you should feel your muscles in your low back and your buttock really working hard. Like with any drill, there should be no pain, but you should have a muscle burn and fatigue and maybe even a little bit of soreness. An easier version or some easier versions of this drill are going to be, one, not lifting your hands up over your head, so keeping them down by your side and just lifting your head and chest and your legs up off of the ground. If that version is also still too hard, the next version that you can do is just working on trying to lift your head, your chest, and your arms up off of the ground while leaving the legs down on the ground. One of the main contributors to low back pain is thought to be limited hip mobility. If you want to take your low back pain prevention to the next level, go ahead and check this video out.